Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to another Tirza's Tarot Tuesday. I'm Tirza Schaefer, the smiling goddess. And what I usually do for those who don't know me yet, I draw a goddess of the week, and then we do tarot cards and see what comes up. So let's start. By the way, I do a weekly newsletter as well, where the reading is linked as well also, and I write about lots of interesting stuff, so in my humble opinion. So there's always something to delight the senses. The esoteric occult senses. Anyway, so we have Aphrodite. How beautiful. So, goddess of the week, Aphrodite. She's the goddess of love. As you probably know, she's quite well known. But it's also about self-love, about being in tune with yourself, or feeling comfortable in your own skin, and being able to receive, accepting pleasure and luxury and not feeling guilty about it, taking out me time to recharge and replenish your energy, that sort of thing. So that is very, very nice. So we have that as our goddess of the week. How lovely. And in this week's blog, which I'm going to post as soon as this is live, so I can link it up. It's also on my blog, so you can check it out there if you want. But if you subscribe to my newsletter, just on my website, it's up in the header, so you can pick and choose whichever one you want, the romance novels, the spiritual one, or both. Thank you to all those who have lately subscribed as well. I've had quite a few lately to have subscribed to the newsletter, and so thank you for all of those who have done that and shown an interest. I really, really appreciate your presence. And I always love to get feedback, so if you have any, don't be shy to hit the reply button and give me your 250 whatever cents of what you think, and share your thoughts and insights. So let's see, tarot. Oh yeah, and you can like and subscribe to this channel, of course. I'd be ever so grateful to have you here. Post your links in the comments as well. It's always greatly appreciated. Share it with your friends. And so wow. So we have 3 court cards and 1 major arcana, so that is interesting. And the first one is totally in line with Aphrodite, Queen of Cups, which shows the water element. The cups stand for water, it's the water element. And I've just read a book by Deborah Silverman, The Missing Element, which my lovely tarot teacher, Sinead Fine, she's also an astrology teacher. I've done a witchcraft course with her, divine feminine stuff, always comes into it as well. It's very women-centric. Anyway, in the astrology course, she recommended that book, and I've known about the 4 elements for, 35 years nearly now, so. But Sinead said it's still worth reading it and revisiting the basics. So that will help you in tarot, it will help you in astrology, it'll help you with your witchcraft and stuff, and any kind of occult, esoteric interest that you might have. And it's very, very interesting. Yeah. And it's a great book. And I also find when you revisit something after a time, you get a deeper understanding, you see a new angle, get a new perspective, or add something. Yeah, okay, because you grow, you develop yourself, so your intuition, your insights are going to be more honed, more complex, right? So that's a lovely thing. So don't think, oh, been there, done that, want a t-shirt, don't need to look at that again. It is really worth a read. So so the Queen of Cups, water element, very much Aphrodite. It's about your, but it's also about, your feeling, your emotions, your intuition. So it's like, sit with yourself, feel inside of you. What comes up? I've seen a reel on Facebook last night, just a short one, but there was this young man who was talking about sometimes getting people to sit and stare at a wall for an hour or something, see what comes up, be still, be receptive, observe your emotions. Don't drown in them, obviously, but if there are tears or something like that, let that come out as well. But really sit with them, observe them. What is there? Is there something coming up that needs healing? I mean, we all have things that need healing, obviously, but in that particular moment, or do you have any special insights, a spark of inspiration? Whatever it is, we keep doing things, taking action, which obviously we need to do as well, which brings me to the second card, the King of Pentacles. There. So the King of Pentacles, that's the guy who is, he's the businessman, the earthbound person, the pragmatic one, the boss, the leader, the father, who can, that's a divine masculine there. So you bring both together. So you have that stillness, that insight, the intuition, and then from that place of inspiration and of wisdom and of divine prompting, you take aligned action in the physical world to get that streamlined. So it's about bringing both together, the yin yang in perfect balance. It's all about that. It's not about women are better or men are better or anything like that, and and this is not about gender as such. It's about energies, right? So that is like, when you are able to receive, also to receive love, to receive nurturing, to receive time for yourself, to receive self-love and self-care, okay, that makes you a more successful person in your life, whether that's in business, whether that's in your private life for yourself, because then you're balanced, you have the grounding, you have the intuition, you have the grounding, you bring it together, and it's a wonderful interplay. At the same time, we also have the Devil. That's not a bad card, okay? It can mean be careful of overindulgence, addictions, whatever, things like that, but it can also mean that it's time to take some time out, because you've been working hard, you've done your stuff, you've taken all that action and things, aligned action, And now it's time to, rest and play a bit, and play with the elements as well. Play with the emotions, play with the earth, do some planting just for yourself to feel good, or some painting, something you can touch and do with your hands, and just do it for fun. I mean, I love, do some crafting once in a while, or a little bit of, painting on things. Like I've done this one, and I am definitely not anywhere near even a good amateur level of being a visual artist, but it's, so I've done the spiral at the back of all of them, as a symbol of the goddess, as my own goddess oracle. But it's something where you put your energy in. You do that with love, you do that with dedication. You take time out, you're in the zone, you're having fun, and it's just nice to recharge yourself, right? And it also means as you do that, you receive healing while you are bringing those together, like what we, jokingly call mommy and daddy issues or something even. The divine mother, the divine father, look at that in your birth chart as well. Where is Venus? What's happening right now? Where's like Saturn, Jupiter, that sort of thing. So you can have a look at that. And is there a clash between the two? Are they at war? Or I think Aries, the asteroid, Aries, sorry. I'm just totally learning, okay? I'm a beginner, so I'm not an astrologer by any means, but I really love to, going into that. And anyway, she's the goddess of war, and she's in Aries, and which, for example, I've got my Mars in there, and in Aries, so, or was it in Aquarius? I have a look. Anyway, that is not important. What is important is that there's a lot happening in the sky right now, and you might get out of balance. But the best thing to do is like take a step back, relax, let the world be for a little bit, and and just enjoy being alive, basically. Do something nice just for yourself. Do some healing as well, but don't go about it all serious. Like, have fun with it, be playful, let your inner child out, which is brings me to the Page of Cups here. The inner child is like, go through the world and see the wonders, go with your eyes open, the gratitude, the wonder, the astonishment. I remember when my son was 2 years old, and we were walking. I had him by the hand early in the morning because I was going to work, and I had to drop him off at the daycare mother. And so we're going down this road, and the sun was at our back, and then I was just like already, on my way to work mentally as well, what I was going to do today at the office and things like that, and organizing myself. So I wasn't really paying attention. I was just walking with him on my hand, and suddenly he points up at the sky in front of us, and he goes, Mama, look. And I was looking up, and I'm like, what? The moon. I'm like, yeah, there's the moon. The moon is up in the sky. So, the moon was up there. It wasn't quite full, but it was already quite large. No idea if it was waxing or waning, but that doesn't matter. But he saw that. And then he was like, yeah, but the sun is out as well. And it was the greatest miracle to him. It was like the moon and the sun, and they're both in the sky, and you can both see them at the same time. You know, that kind of childlike wonder I'm talking about, that is so refreshing, so pure, so innocent, so full of life and appreciation, right? It's one of my most favorite memories, because that particular incident, I mean, he's 25 now, so that's 23 years ago. That particular incident taught me to pause and have that appreciation again. Look around, look at nature, and I've forgotten how to see the world through a child's eyes, right? And that is a good reminder now to say, you know, come on, be playful, be appreciative, see the wonder of the world, see the miracles and everything. And that is so cool. I've posted the other day on Instagram a little reel of a salamander that we had visiting on our patio from the garden. You know, there's a little pond in the garden, just a tiny one, but anyway, they live there, so, you know, it come up, and I nearly stepped on it because it was an evening, it was already dark, and luckily, you know, at first I thought, because it was brown, it was like a dried leaf lying there, and the wind had blown it there or something. Then I was like, oh, you know, looked a bit more closely, and lo and behold, it was a little salamander. So I called Tyler out, my youngest child, she's 17, and you know, she picked it up and to put it back in the garden to the pond where it came from, so the cat wouldn't catch it either. And we took, you know, I took the little reel of that salamander on her hand. So if you want to watch it, it's Tirza the Smiling Goddess on Instagram. It's on there, so enjoy that. Yeah, what a beautiful reading. I've really loved the cards, because we've had so much going on with the supermoon and stuff like that, and it's affected a lot of people. I'm happy to say that I'm obviously done some self-development, because I felt peaceful throughout. I didn't get angry, I don't know, go crazy or anything like that. So yeah, I've really found my inner peace, which I'm so grateful for as well. Makes for a lot happier life, let me tell you. So yeah, go into nature, sit with that, look at the wonder of the world. And I mean, okay, that's a toad, I think, or a frog, but you know, it reminds me of the little salamander as well, which is so cute. And yeah. And oh, and one thing I want to tell you about as well, because I've spoken to my biological mom on WhatsApp. She's got a new phone and internet connection in her little mountain village in Portugal where she lives now. And I remember when I first got to know her when I was 19. I left school, I went to England where she lived, and you know, that was she was the first person I could talk to about my spiritual quest, you know. And she had astrology books there. She used to do readings and you know, and other occult books and things. So I really devoured them, but I wasn't in a place where I could really understand them yet and apply things properly. But I was so curious. I just kind of took everything in that I could. And I remember that she had Sun Signs by Linda Goodman, which is an absolute classic, and you know, it still gets recommended today. My tarot teacher, an astrology teacher, did as well. So yeah, so I asked her, I said, do you still have those, my biological mom, not Sinead. So I asked her, I said, do you still have your astrology books, your old ones. And she said, yeah, but they're like in boxes in the storage room. And so I said, yeah, because, I've just finished an introductory course and I really loved it. So I was wondering and things, and she said, well, I don't really have time anymore because, she has a house and a garden that needs a lot of work, and so she doesn't have time anymore really to get back into that. And she said, if you like, you can have them. So, she's going to find out how much the shipping is from Portugal to Germany. And then I'm going to get her astrology books, which I'm so chuffed about. Really looking forward to that. It's going to take a little bit, because it's like different boxes she has to open and search for. But I'm really, really happy and so deeply grateful. So I've manifested like my own little astrology library there. And I'm so grateful. I'm going to get those books. Yeah. And so that is like how you can, when you change, when you heal yourself more from feeling unworthy, not being able to receive, feeling guilty about receiving, things like that. These opportunities will not present themselves, or something goes wrong, whatever, and you kind of self-sabotage yourself, in that, or you can't appreciate it because you're feeling guilty throughout while you're sitting at the hairdressers, and you're feeling guilty that you're not cooking an elaborate meal for your husband, or, whatever, or the kids, and blah, blah, and, you spend that time, that money, and on yourself, so you can't really enjoy that. You can't really be in that moment. And once you start learning and you're on your journey to being able to accept that, and and say, I'm worth it. I'm really, really worth it for myself, and I need to do things for me, and it's okay, and it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing to feel guilty about or ashamed or something. Then the world opens up in a whole new different way, which is so beautiful. And when you have the eyes to see that as well, and to notice and observe that, you start feeling that appreciation, that happiness, that love, that gratitude, right? Write a gratitude journal. That would be something good to do as well. But but that's like a doing thing. I mean, if don't force yourself. If that's really a fun thing for you to do it. But just spend time with yourself. Go out in nature, or sit by the garden pond, whatever. Whatever's your jam on what you can do. I don't know your personal circumstances, of course, but when you do that, you find back to yourself. Shut out the chatter, the social media, everybody else's opinions and things like that, and just take some time out for yourself with a nice coffee or tea. Sit outside and just be. I love doing that. I really, really love doing that so much. So yeah, I'm always out on the patio there. And that's like my summer office. So yeah, but that kind of feeling of pure bliss, really, it's pure bliss, and that's where you want to get. And it's different from excitement, like when you're at a party and you're having fun with your friends, and and somebody's cracking a joke and you're dancing around and you're laughing out loud. That's kind of a happy excitement. But that's different from bliss. Bliss is like a feeling of this inner peace paired with this really light energy where you feel like, yeah, my world is good, you know, and obviously the world in general, we know there's a lot of bad things out there, but you need to be able to step back from all of that once in a while to really replenish your energies. So you can't pour from an empty cup, right? If you see that she's sitting there with a full cup, he's playing with a full cup with that fish jumping out, right? There's water everywhere. And if you don't have that, if you're dried up, basically, nothing good's gonna come from it. So, you know, find your islands of rest, your islands of peace, your islands of bliss, your islands of inspiration, you know, just be with yourself. And ask yourself, like you would your best friend who looks maybe a bit sad, or a bit tired, you know, what can I do for you? What would make you feel better? Ask her that. Ask yourself that, like you do your best friend, because you have to be your best friend. Okay? And with that, I wish you a lovely, absolutely blissful week, with a lot of quiet fun and a lot of happy memories making, internal and external. Have a good week, and I'll link my my blog as well. Well, it's always in there anyway, so it's on my website, and you can just click in the menu, TIRZASchaefer.com/blog. It's going to be the one on top. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, if you want to, you can do that there as well, and enjoy it. So much love. See you later.